Hi Leo, welcome to Sophquest. I'm Spence. Welcome back if you are a subscriber. Welcome in if you're new. Okay, so this is going to be a reading for the week of July 5th through the 11th. I hope you had a happy 4th of July if you're American, or really anywhere else in the world. Hope you enjoyed your weekend. I know we did have some difficult energy at the end of last week because Mars was rather active with the outer planets of Saturn and Uranus. Saturn, taskmaster. With Mars, that's kind of difficult energy. How are you handling your Mars energy, right? The warrior spirit, the ego, and also Uranus squaring Mars, changes. And how do you fare through changes? Managing your energy. So that can be some issues coming up because, you know, that's definitely the yang, right? The sacred masculine part of ourselves. This week, we have Venus involved with Saturn and Uranus. Same thing. Venus opposing Saturn and squaring Uranus. Same thing. So we've got the yin-yang balance of how we are dealing with letting go of the old stuff from Saturn and accepting the radical new stuff from Uranus. Right? So these can be crossroads in relationships, love relationships, friendships, having reality checks, breakthroughs, and for some, breakups. From others, it's financial changes because Venus also is the guardian of love and money. So it can be that. It can be job changes. Can be changes in, you know, more sensual, sexy time. Things like that. And I think that was, your video was about that last week. So we'll see. Now, we also have a new moon in Cancer this week. This one, that's your card. The Uncharted Sea. Nice. We have a new moon this week in Cancer, and we are in Cancer season. So this is the season of feeling, and our feelings guide our emotion, our energy in motion, and what we do with those feelings. So how are you? How do you fare when it comes to your feelings? Are they something you're comfortable with, feeling them and expressing them, exhibiting them? Or something that you kind of shy away from, right? Stoic, not really sharing when it comes to your feelings. Either way, you may have some testing moments. I'm sure you had a few maybe last week, at the end of the week, and maybe, you know, the beginning of this week as well. That new moon is a new chance to begin again, to open your heart in a new way and open to love in a new way. So, I have a feeling that might be what's going on with the Uncharted Sea. You can see on this card that the sea itself, it does represent emotions. It does. And you can see the waves. And you can see that this is uncharted for you. Maybe new feelings you haven't exactly dealt with. Or just a new way of feeling. But you are being guided. You can see the bird, that's the guide. You are being guided through your feelings. Your feelings are guiding you. So we will read that in just a moment. Leo. Before we do, let me go ahead. That was, by the way, one of the cards from the Oracle of the Seven Energies by Colette Baron Reid. And now I'm going to pull your 9 card from the Lily White Tarot, a French deck by Celia Melville. Very, very beautiful, colorful watercolor deck that I adore. All right, so let me just shuffle these and pull 9 cards for you, and we'll do that. But first, if you would just take some deep cleansing breaths with me. Bring down the cortisol, the stress, and allow for your serotonin and dopamine to rise up a little bit, get a little clear-headed, feel better, more relaxed. Alright, I have done quite a bit of shuffling before the camera, but I'm going to pull that one first card that just felt like it wanted to come out. And I'm going to cut the deck from there. I'm an intuitive reader, and I, listen to my intuition. Alright, so we have the Page of Swords, the 5 of Wands, and the Judgment. That tells me a bunch right there already. We have the 3 of Wands, the Knight of Pentacles, or the Knight of Earth, the 3 of Swords, the 4 of Wands, the Magician, and the 5 of Pentacles. Okay, This, I think, is going to be a very important week for you, very, very much so. And then on the bottom of the deck, for you, Leo, we have the moon. Yeah. Feelings going back and forth over them at the bottom of the deck, but wanting very much to have equanimity, equilibrium, fairness, sharing and caring, requited love, as opposed to unrequited love. So you want to learn better how to share your emotions with others and bring about a better balance in your relationships. So maybe you're sharing a little bit more of yourself right now. And maybe that's hard for you. And maybe you have a little bit of unspent stuff that you're working through right now. And that's pretty much all of us, Leo. That's pretty much all of us, right? Let's read, though, first the Uncharted Sea, number 46. Let me get to that first. The Uncharted Sea. Here we have it. Okay. Stepping into the unknown without a map. Moving beyond your comfort zone. Choosing to do things differently. Trusting in the ebb and flow of life. Being in the dark and letting curiosity lead you out. The faith that all will be well. Your comfort zone is sometimes exactly that. A safe, familiar harbor you've finally come to in yourself. You have a sense that you don't need more than what is available right where you've landed in life. Now, however, is not one of those times. Like the archetypal hero's journey, the universe is inviting you to step into uncharted waters. Something is stirring, adventure is calling. You may want to resist this urge because it will involve leaving your comfort zone, but embarking on this journey is essential for your well-being. Navigating the uncharted aspects of yourself means you won't have a map because no one else has ever been there. On this journey, you cannot rely on the help you would typically expect from others who have gone before you. This new territory is yours to explore. You're invited to be a pioneer, a path maker, a magical cartographer who draws your map with your own life force as the link. I like that. This is the day to dive into a novel experience and fully immerse yourself in the new. You don't know what this sea of possibility has in store for you, so stay curious and refrain from judgment or the need to label. I saw that in your first line. Give yourself the time and freedom to be curious without the limitations and boundaries projected by your memories or your expectations. You are in an amazing place right now, and you will never be the same by surveying these waters. So I think you are embarking into a new experience, even if it's just internally and emotionally. I think you're very good with your positive emotions, right? You're ruled by the sun. You know how to be ebullient, effervescent, right? And open in that way. You know, when you laugh, you have a big laugh, right? You can be sunny and positive, and in that way, to the best of itself, you are such a good leader, Leo. Now, what about the negative emotions? How do you fare with those? Because obviously with Leos, you know, the shadow side of Leo can often be a kind of stubborn, egoic way of seeing that it's your way is the best way. But, you know, obviously we all do this. We all have an ego, every one of us, right? And you teach us, Leo, above all other signs, you teach us how to best master our ego, right? That's why your card is the Strength card. You master that, battling and taming the lion. So, you know, I think that this is a bit of an up-leveling moment for you, Leo. I think that it's partially in relationship, but I also think that it affects all aspects of your life. And I say that because in the center of your reading is the Knight of Earth. And this is really about what we do every day of our lives, what we practice, what we get up and do, what we show up for. Can be our job. It can be our home, family, environment. You know, this is dependability. This is reliability, showing up, right? This is the slow and steady wins the race. Building a life day by day. That's the Knight of Pentacles and the Knight of Earth. And because of that, you achieve the success in what you're doing every day. Because you do it on the regular. That's what this card means. And it's at the center of your reading. And I've been getting that from your readings too, is you've been very responsible and working hard, and I can see that here. Okay, so we're going to go first across horizontally, then vertically, then big picture, all right? So first we have the Page of Swords, and this is the curious mind. This is the questioning mind. This is trying to see the truth about something or trying to understand something. So it's learning as well. But it's also speaking, and sometimes the page, because it's the youngest air energy, it can blurt, right? And considering the next card is the Five of Wands, which is, you know, it can be competition, it can be protectiveness, it can be just issues that you come up against, bumping up against, interruptions, things like that. It can be petty arguments and stuff. It can be internal struggle. It can be just the nit-nat parts of life that annoy you, right? So this together can say, be careful. I know, you know, last couple of days of last week with Mars, the Yang energy being a little assertive, things can be blurted, things can be said, that kind of thing. And perhaps if you did that, then maybe a judgment call was made, and it was a wake-up call for you. Maybe, just maybe, either you said something or somebody said something to you that kind of put you in this state or in this situation. Like, I had just heard in the doghouse, so you might have gotten yourself, that's funny, in the doghouse. Others of you know, others of you it's someone else, and you're just not really getting along with this person, and you're having to make a judgment call about it. But this is always a second chance, okay? It's, you know, I always say it's Gabriel's horn, right? The chance to start over, wake up from the dead, right? Come back to life. It's like that. And in this deck, it's the butterfly emerging from the cocoon as something new. So it's a new chance. So whatever went on before, there's another chance here. And you are waiting for that chance with the Three of Wands. You're waiting expectantly and hoping for the best because you've made good effort here. That's what I'm saying. And you've made good effort for a while, like you've been there. So you do expect, you know, a good return on your investment of time, of love, of energy, for whatever this is about for you. Whether this is at work, and it's very possible that this is a work issue, but it definitely involves your emotions and how you've been feeling at work, if it's work. It can also just be, you know, at home, your day-to-day life at home, and what you expect of others and what they expect of you. So I'm getting the word expectations here, and potentially making snap judgments that don't really make the others in your life, or if they're doing it, it doesn't make you in your life feel just accepted and enough, right? We don't want to get into a situation where we hurt someone or they've hurt us. The next card is the Three of Swords, and this is hurt. So maybe you were expecting that everything would go well and fine, but then something happened and somebody got hurt. So what I'm seeing here is somebody got feisty. Okay, I'm not making light of a situation if there was a really bad row and you had a big argument, okay, and somebody made a snap judgment and they're like, that's it, you know. And with the moon, maybe you felt like you didn't know what was going on, or they didn't. You were weighing out what to do, the Two of Pentacles. I mean, how do we share and care and do this together? So I want to say this is 50-50. For half of you, this is about work. And for the other half of you, this is about love. That's how it feels to me. Whatever it is, you are in an uncharted sea right now. So maybe you're not used to feeling so strongly about these particular issues. And maybe in the past you wouldn't have been. You wouldn't have been triggered. But with Saturn and Uranus at play, in the yin-yang balance of your energy, how do you manage your emotions? In Cancer season, ruled by the moon, matters. It matters right now. So Cancer teaches us that, teaches us how to have emotional health and emotional well-being. And that's not by denying both the light and the dark side of the moon or of our feelings. They're all informative. They inform us. So with Judgment and then the expectation card, I just, in the little defensiveness here, maybe somebody spoke out of turn, you know. And maybe, you know, you went from a positive outlook on the outcome of this situation, job or home, right, to a negative outlook. And that's just the energies right now. That's just your emotions doing this. So it's time to get them into balance. Okay, balance. That's what needs to happen here. Because I'm seeing a good thing here, okay? Wherever this is for you, whether it's work or home, and I'm seeing both. I said 50-50. It's a good thing. You've got a good thing. You know, this is a happy home. This is a home where there are, you know, there's good energy, there's good synergy, and there's a safe place that everybody feels comfortable, that you celebrate life in, birthdays, holidays. This is the happy home. It can be a marriage card, it can be a wedding, it can be a bar mitzvah, it can be 4th of July, right? It can be a lot of things, but it means sharing, caring, and good synergy in the place that you're in. So you've got that here, and you've got the Knight of Pentacles here. Growing the garden, showing up every day, right? Your people count on you. It's a good thing. Next to this card, being in a good place, you have the Magician. A place where you can manifest what it is that you're trying to do. So if it's at work, it's like they give you free reign to do your job, to do what you want to do. And then maybe something came up where they were like, oh no, we're putting you in a cage. And you're like, oh hell no you're not. I'm busting out of that. And, you know, all the judgy McJudgersons are bothering you. That's possible, right? It made you feel out in the cold. It made you feel unappreciated. Or it made the other person feel unappreciated. So, Leo, this is an easy fix as far as I'm concerned because the center is the Knight of Earth. You can count on each other, or you can count on the job. If it came to pass that things have radically shifted, and that's what Uranus did, whether it's job or relationship, and this last line here is, that's it, I'm out, we're done, you know, then that could be the case for some of you, but that's not what I'm seeing on the bottom of the deck. What I'm seeing on the bottom of the deck is you care. And yes, you've been vacillating a little bit. Should I, shouldn't I? Stay, go. What do I want? He loves me not. Whatever the, you know, that choice thing is. This is where it's taking you. Oh, well, wait. You know, you have a spirit of generosity is what I'm trying to say. Despite whatever the conflict is here, you have the spirit of generosity. And maybe the uncharted sea is conflict resolution. And just getting better at it. Maybe life is requiring you to get better at conflict resolution here. And the reason I say you is because the Magician is here. This is a major arcana card. It is when we begin out on the hero's journey to achieve a goal, and you know, this is going to achieve the goal, and we're given the tools, heart, mind, body, and soul. We know how to do what we need to do. So it's kind of like it's kind of the I'm responsible here card for making a change, because the magician manifests change, okay, in the hero's journey. That's what the card means. So let's go vertical. I think you'll get a better bird's eye view of this. Something was said, Page of Swords, or something needs to be said, but I think it was said because it's on the left side, which for me is, it just happened. Something was said, and you were hopeful, waiting that, you know, to see what was going to happen, but hopeful, thinking that, fine, it'd be a positive feedback, whatever. And we'll just get along smartly. We'll get along fine, okay? But that's not what happened. Instead, somebody went, wait a minute, I'm going to bite your head off now, or something. And, you know, you're like, what? Everything's chill. We're good. You know, I can fix this, you know. That's kind of how I'm seeing it. But then a judgment call. Well, here's what I need. Somebody is being ornery here. And they may even be giving you an ultimatum. Or maybe you are giving an ultimatum. If somebody pissed you off at work, or if somebody got mad at home and there's like an ultimatum has been laying down, because I'm seeing this, the Judgment with the Three of Swords, right? We do this a whole new way and we start over, or I'm out of here because you really hurt me and made me feel like I'm just, you know, less than, out in the cold, unappreciated, lacking. So if this comes up this week, if that has not happened yet, woohoo, right? Then you've been sort of forewarned is forearmed. So if it's an emotional time, you want to bring about balance, you know things might get a little wobbly, okay, and you're not comfortable dealing with conflict resolution in this way, whatever this is about, it can lead to this and this. Heartbreak, out in the cold, separation, I'm done, over something that is just, the Five of Wands is petty usually. So it's kind of an ego battle. And that is totally something that can happen right now with the Venus, Mars, you know, Saturn, Uranus shock change. This is a mountain out of a molehill for many of you. If it's not a molehill and it's an actual mountain, you can do this. You're not out there bobbing in the ocean. You're going to be in a ship. You're going to have guidance, you know, and you're going to know what to do because you're going to feel it out. You're going to take both parties into consideration and you're going to be fair. Okay, Leo? You're going to be fair about it. And I do think it can work out in the end, but there will definitely be a judgment call and a call for change. One way or another, there is a change necessary here. And it could very simply be about the way someone kind of shoots off their mouth. That's possible. All right? So that's what I'm saying. Leo, I do wish you kindness, reverence, and gratitude. I really hope this helps and gives you good advice for the week. Hey, if you like the message, please give me a thumb up so other people will see it. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do click that subscription button and click the bell so you can get notified when next week's video is up on YouTube. All right, take care. Thank you so much.